Hey guys, this is Jenya. I hope you're doing great. I'm sure you're very excited because it is that time of the year. And in today's video, I wanted to share with you what has been going through my mind schedule-wise for this channel. As far as the cleaning is concerned, we are kind of going to be jumping from one area to another because the whole house is a wreck and I just need to start somewhere and get at least something done. We're not looking for perfection today, rather some progress. Better done than perfect, and so I decided to just start with any area in the house. Everything is evenly a wreck, so it doesn't really matter where to start. Of course, it is Christmas time, it is magical time for the kids, and although the house is a complete disaster and putting decor on top of clutter everywhere just doesn't sound like the best idea for me right now. However, even though I'm extremely late, Christmas decor still gotta be out, and more for the kids than for me this time, and so I will let them actually decorate the tree, just go freestyle and do whatever they want. We'll put a little bit of decorations here and there around the house. I don't like it being very loud and festive in my house. I prefer it being calm and kind of just with a hint of Christmas and winter outside, you know. But like I mentioned, I also wanted to share with you what has been going through my mind. Given the title of this video, you probably have guessed I'm feeling a little bit overwhelmed right now. As you may know, I have 4 kids, 4 years old and under. My youngest twin boys are almost 4 months old, and they haven't been giving me the easiest time right now. One of them has developed a pretty bad reflux. The other one has already started teething, which I could not believe, but it is what it is. They are needing me every single second. My husband is mostly at work. Needless to say, it has been a little bit overwhelming, and maybe it is too much information, but I kind of wanted you to understand, so I choose to breastfeed my twins, and the one twin that mostly needs the breast milk because he also has reflux. We also happen to have latching problems there, so I have to pump for them all the time. And I've tried other things, but just mostly pumping has been working for me so far. It is not something that I would be showing on camera because the pump that I'm using right now is not just a little portable pump that is not visible. I look like a wired robot that is trying to slowly move around the house and still get things done, walking around all day long with my portable pumping machine, but I don't know how to film that part, you know. So we have officially hit that part with the babies where it has become a little bit overwhelming and hard to deal with on a daily basis. The last thing I want to do to myself right now is to commit to a schedule as to have a video out every single week, or just have a set time for it to be out, like a Saturday. I think it really is the time for me to just sit back and do whatever it is that I have to do without having to worry about cleaning my house so much. I want to focus on the babies and the kids and just do the bare minimum just to get by, because that's just what life is throwing at me right now. With that being said, I'm a firm believer that anyone, no matter what, should always find the time for their favorite hobbies or whatever it is that they enjoy doing other than their work or everyday house chores. I think it is really important to find that time for your me time, because that is what is going to keep you sane in our crazy fast-paced world today. To me, it is a couple of things, one of them being YouTube. That is my outlet. That is what I do to take my mind off of everyday troubles and problems. That is what keeps me calm and sane, and I still want to keep that by my side no matter what. I just want to step back from a set schedule, if that makes sense. And of course, there's plenty more things I would love to try and would be interested in, but there isn't always the time in life, you know. I'll share one of them or a couple of them a little bit later with you in this video, but right now, just to give you an idea, I have started cleaning the playroom slash guest room in our house. Mostly I do have my kids pick up all that mess, but it is definitely faster to do it myself, so I do that on occasion. Plus, we had guests come in on that day, so I had to get things done really fast in this room. After that, we will go downstairs. I'll tidy up the living room because the tree has to be in the living room. I will let the kids freestyle with that Christmas tree, but we will still do a little bit of decorations here and there, and I will also be tidying up some areas in the kitchen, just all around the house. Every single corner in the house just needs my attention right now, but whatever I can get to is good enough. This video also takes place over the course of several days, just like most of my videos do. I thought I would just mention that. I definitely have been getting a lot of organizers and just things for the house with all the deals that we have going on right now, and yet a bunch of those purchases are still sitting in the house, not even quite unpacked and put in places yet. I feel like it's just been extra busy this month, especially that we personally have Christmas, also my birthday and our marriage anniversary, and I also come from a place where they really do celebrate the New Year's like nothing else. So the New Year's is still just as important to me as pretty much Christmas. We still celebrate it big time in our family, and so it can be really easy to just go crazy when it gets this busy. And to me right now, what really calms me down and takes my mind away from everything else is planning my little garden for the next year. I know it is busy. The last thing I probably need to do is to add onto the load that I already have, but to me, learning about gardening and also YouTube are those two places that I keep looking forward to all the time. To me, it is that relaxing and resting place that I just cannot give up no matter what. I'm sure you have something like that in your life, something that just keeps you going, something that you really look forward to and it really makes you happy and you wish you would just have more time for doing that. Just recently I noticed that it has become important to me to care about how many chemicals I use in the house, just try and minimize the amount of it, which also led me to really look into organic produce and just food in general that we consume absolutely every day. I believe that it is extremely important what you put into your body. Healthy body equals healthy mind. I believe you really are what you eat. But for whatever reason, I never really took my time to learn about organic produce, never really thought it mattered much, or being completely uneducated on that topic. I just thought that all of the produce is being sprayed anyway. Maybe organic produce is a little bit better than regular, and maybe it is, maybe it isn't, but it was all just a big confusion in my head. But only up until recently, I feel like I just hit a switch in my head, and now I feel like I'm 10 times as more interested in growing my own food. I mean, at least try and start learning about it. I know it is time consuming. I know it is more of a lifestyle than a hobby, but that is the lifestyle I wish to have for myself and for my kids, because you cannot really trust anybody out there anymore. And organic produce is so expensive that I feel like the best way out of all of this is to grow your own food at least as much as you can. And yes, gardening can get pretty expensive, especially at the beginning as you set it up, but I believe that that is investing in your body and in your health, and that makes it totally worth it for me. All that is to say, I feel like just learning about gardening is going to be my also number one priority right now, being at the stage of life that we're in. We're not having any more kids, and so I just want to set my long-term goals, looking 5 and 10 years ahead of time, trying to establish what is going to be more important, reset those goals and start working towards them. And especially it being the Christmas time and the New Year's time, it is definitely the perfect opportunity to reset your life. I definitely wish you the same mindset and the same inspiration, just to try and look into the future and see what your perfect life would look like, what it is going to take you to get there, and starting to work towards those goals. We're now done tidying up the living room, and that big box in the middle is the Christmas tree. I'm gonna let my husband take it out of the box. I let my kids decorate the tree, but then I corrected it just a little bit. It doesn't really matter what it looks like to me as long as the kids had fun. And then I'm going to just place a couple of decorations I have on the mantle above the fireplace, Anya's ginger house that she has been working on. And then also in today's video, I wanted to try the Instagram hack with Christmas garland that I've seen, and also switch my fall branches for winter ones that I got from Hobby Lobby the other day. I think that's about time, don't you think? We're now in the kitchen. I'm trying not to overwhelm myself by trying to clean up the entire room. Since that is never going to happen, I'd rather focus on area by area or spot by spot, just trying to get things done slowly but surely and without setting up unrealistic goals. So I got some potatoes that I'm trying to sprout and then plant right now in winter. Since I have a greenhouse, I'm very hopeful that I will get some potatoes this year. I grabbed some onions from Lowe's that were on clearance to try and plant those as well. I've never grown onions before. And I also got some potato bags from Amazon to grow potatoes in, and they were so cheap. They were like $13 for 5 of them, and I'll show them to you in just a moment. And right now I'm just clearing up this small cluttered area. It gets cluttered all the time, and then when it gets cleaned up, it makes such a huge difference in the kitchen. But in this area, I wanted to share with you, I got myself a new hand vacuum, which you can see is charging in the corner. I'll show it to you close by in a little bit. I am just so in love with this little vacuum because it's just so small. I feel like it is one of those things that I do not know how I lived without it before. So like I did mention before, we got ourselves a lot of stuff that was on sale, so we spoiled ourselves, my husband and I that is, on things that we have wanted for a long time, and we decided to splurge on them this Black Friday. And not only Black Friday, but just Christmas time in general. There's a lot of things that we got on Black Friday that are still unpacked, and I'm just so excited about all of them. I just didn't really have the time to go through each and single one of those things, set them up, find a place for them, and I like that process, so I can't wait to get to that. But there is another thing that we got for our cat, and that is her water dispenser. Basically, when cats don't drink out of your water bowl, or you think that they don't drink, that's basically because I heard that they don't hear the water. They can't see it and they can't hear it, and that is maybe the reason why I could never see my cat drinking the water out of her bowl. But maybe your cat is different. But either way, we got this aesthetically pleasing to look at a water dispenser for our cat, and she's actually drinking it here. I caught it with the camera because at first she wasn't really touching it much, and I thought we wasted that money. But no, now I think she can hear the water, and she definitely uses it and loves it. I just couldn't be happier about that purchase, since a lot of times my cat would ask me to turn the water on in the bathroom so that she could drink it, and sometimes I would forget and the water would be just on dripping for like an hour. I think that might be why my husband got the water dispenser for her. While I was at it, I just decided to tidy up the cans. Nothing crazy, no deep cleaning, but there's a lot of cans that I am not going to be using in the long run, and I do have an emergency food storage in the basement, and some of the cans that I have too many extras of in here in the kitchen, I'm going to take down there to the basement.
Should old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind? Should old acquaintance be forgot and days of old lang syne? For old lang syne, my dear, for old lang syne, we'll talk a cup of kindness yet for days of old lang syne. And here's a hand, my trusty friend, and here's a hand of thine.
Okay, here is the potato bags that I was talking about that I got from Amazon, and they turned out to be pretty big. I am so beyond excited to try and grow our own potatoes. I know I keep bringing up gardening like as if I'm some sort of professional, but it actually is only my year number 3, I believe, that I am even interested in this area. I never understood before how could people spend a lot of time just doing boring things, sitting there in the sun, in the dirt, digging in some leaves or something, until I tried using use an air garden for the first time. Here I'm gonna be starting my potatoes myself from organic potatoes. Organic is important because they're not sprayed with the chemicals that stop them from seeding. Organic potatoes can still seed and you can grow your own potatoes from those organic ones. So I'm gonna put them into a dark place, which is one of those bags, and I'm gonna let them sprout a little bit. But I never actually showed you what the living room was looking like after we were done with our little decorations. I didn't buy much new decor, just some branches. It is not really my thing. So it's looking very simple, but I let the kids have fun with the tree off camera, and then I just corrected the tree a little bit. I can't wait to start wrapping up the gifts and putting them under the Christmas tree. Now I want to show you the hand vacuum that I got. I am so excited about this little thing. A lot of times I feel really lazy to get my big vacuum to vacuum the kitchen. I also feel like I have to change the attachments to get to the corners. It's just going to take much more time than grabbing this little hand vacuum, which I have to use at least a few times throughout the day. The battery lasts about 10 minutes though, and this is why it's always kept on the charging port, and it just works for me perfectly. All of the things that I mentioned in today's video, I'm gonna try and leave the links in the description. However, please be aware that whenever I mention that it was a good price, that's probably because we got it for Black Friday. I don't know if the prices went up, so just be aware of that. But also, talking about Black Friday, I don't think I'm gonna say anything new, rather than I think it's a little bit scammy here and there. It's just the same price that it has always been. However, they're just going to put the prices up on certain products a couple of months before Black Friday so that they can just discount them during Black Friday. I purchased a microphone from Amazon a couple of months before Black Friday. It did not work. I wanted to return it, so I did, and I wanted to order another one during Black Friday. But during Black Friday, I wanted to order exactly the same microphone. I was just hoping for it not to be defective this time. However, when I was ordering it, it was marked with a great discount during Black Friday, and so I decided to just double check what price I paid for it when I ordered it the first time a few months prior to Black Friday, and the price was exactly the same, although it just was not marked as a sale or as a discount. So here you go. Sometimes you think you're getting a huge discount, but apparently not all the time. With that being said, I'm sure there are legit sales and discounts all around all the time, but we just gotta be careful and pay more attention, I guess. You might remember me mentioning Christmas garland hack from Instagram. This is something I'm trying to attempt. It's just wrapping up your garland around a curtain rod, putting that curtain rod in the doorway. So don't mind my decorating skills here. You know, I'm not the best at it. However, it is the hack that I'm trying to show you, and it did work for me. I think I'll try it again. But as you can see, it's somewhat uneven, and I was trying to correct it, but you know, whatever. It doesn't really matter to me at the end of the day what my decorations look like. It matters to me if my kids are impressed and if they had fun. And my kids were definitely very much impressed with this one, especially when I turned the light on the garland. I'm going to do that in just a second. There are so many uses for an extra curtain rod that you could do in your house. You can use them for organization in many different areas. I use one right under my kitchen sink just to dry my kitchen rags and towels. So I think having an extra curtain rod that is adjustable definitely comes in handy. So I think it still turned out pretty with whatever decorations we had laying around. I hope you found this idea helpful. One more thing that we are going to do in our master bedroom is to take those fall leaves out because it is about time in December, and put a couple of winter branches in that I got from Hobby Lobby. When it comes to holiday decorations, I don't really enjoy a very festive and very loud look in my bedroom especially. So for me, something simple, not very bright, that is just the look I enjoy. And And those are a couple of branches that I got from Hobby Lobby that looks like the Christmas tree. And the other few branches with the white little things on them I got from Amazon. I think that's jasmine. And altogether I think it turned out really quite pretty and very calm, very winter-like, and just my style. The one important rule I learned about decorating is just do whatever the heck you want, whatever look you enjoy. Even if it's things that don't go together, who cares? It took me a while to just not care, but now I finally have reached that stage where I just put things together and it makes me happy. But anyway, this video is coming to an end, and normally I would say that I would see you next Saturday, but I don't want to promise anything that I can't keep. Like I mentioned before, I can't really afford to have any kind of set schedule right now with YouTube videos or anything else for that matter, and I am sure you guys understand. I am sure you all will say, please take your time, do whatever fits you, spend your time with the kids, it will fly by so fast. So I thank you in advance for all of those kind words, and whenever I have my next cleaning video, I will just put it out and I'll see you then, okay? Alright, bye bye now and Merry Christmas!